Well, it's that time, folks. It's that time. And if you ain't been paying attention to our former baby girl, Amberlynn Reid, then you missed out on a lot. You know why? Because she has officially quit YouTube, folks. Yes, she says she leaving. You see that video right there? I'm leaving YouTube. She's gone. She never coming back again. You think that's going to happen? Nope, that's never going to happen. You know why? Because our former baby girl can't stick to nothing, right? She always fails at 100%, 0% of the stuff she does, right? And the most consistent thing on her channel is the inconsistency. And that's the best part of it, because we don't know what's going to happen. She said she leaving to October 1st. So you know what I said? I said, I'm going to be sad. I know the rest of you are all sad too. You probably can't get over that our former baby girl is going to not be around. I don't know how. I'm going to just Netflix. I'm going to binge everything on Netflix. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to watch everything before she returns. So let's take a look, because you know our former baby girl, Amberlynn Reid, she said you got to be using the quotes of what she said, because if not, it's a lie, right? So we're going to look right here. Look at that. Boom. I'm not going to be on any social medias. So that means she quit. That's it. She done till October 1st. And she 100%, 0% not coming back. So let's look at another one that was in that video right here. Look at it. Say, I am going to take a break from YouTube. So she not going to be around. She not going to do community posts. She not going to post videos. No live stream. She not going to do nothing. She is taking a break from YouTube. And is that going to happen, folks? Absolutely not. You know why? Because our former baby girl, Amberlynn Reid, ain't going to do nothing. She going to just lie to the subscribers, the memberships, the people that's paying every single person. And think about it. She taking a break from YouTube for a month, right? September, she coming back in October. She not even canceling the membership. She just taking in all that money. So why would she come back sooner, right? She going to get paid from all them people that don't know to cancel, right? And she ain't going to cancel it for them. But you know our former baby girl, Amberlynn Reid, can't stay away from social media. And 100%, 0%, you know she in the DMs over there with somebody else, and another person on top of that. But this is the best part. I was over there on Twitter and I saw shenanigans over there and posted something that they saw. Amberlynn Reid, our former baby girl, up inside of, what was it, low-cal nerves or something like that, last night, right? That's 2 days past. She said she quitting on the 29th, and on the 31st or the 1st, she was up in low-cal nerves over there, and she was talking inside of the chat. So you know what I did? I did some detectiveness, and I ran over there to low-cal nerves, and I said, let me go through the transcript and find the live chat to see when she entered the chat, folks. And I went over there and I found this. Look at it right here. Boom. It said Amberlynn freaking Reid right there with a check mark. So that's 100% Amberlynn Reid. And look what it said. You look so pretty. I don't know who she was talking to, but she said somebody was beautiful or something like that. So I knew that shenanigans was correct. So you know what I did? I did some more detectiveness, and I went over there and I find the whole message there that shenanigans was talking to Amberlynn Reid, the former baby girl. And I got to read this one, folks, because it's going to be great. So this is right here. Look at this. Boom. It's from shenanigans. And it says something about Amberlynn Reid's wiping habits, and her ex-partner had to help her wipe or something like that. And Amberlynn Reid confirmed that to say it was true that it happened, and she was for like 9 months, but it was for years. Who cares about the wiping? We got to move on from wiping. Enough wiping, no more wiping. But if anybody knows what Amberlynn Reid said in the live stream, that she was not going to be on YouTube. She was not going to comment. She was not going to interact with anybody. She was not going to watch reactors. She was not going to do anything. She was going to stay at her peace, away from everybody, and just take 30 days or 33 days or whatever it is off to be peaceful, right? And not deal with any of it. But instead, you know what she did in the bottom right here? Look at that right in the bottom. She responded to shenanigans and said, shenanigans literally not true, but go ahead and believe everything you hear online, LOA or man, something like that, a bunch of letters about laughing, right? And you can see our former baby girl could have stopped. She could have said, I'm not going to respond to this. I am not going to say a word. I'm going to keep my peace. She could have not even commented in this video for look how nerds or whatever there. She could have not said nothing, and no one would know that she was on social media. But instead, she had to have the last word. She had to say something. Think about it. There was a bunch of people in there saying, hey, Amberlynn Reid, how you doing? She wasn't responding to none of that. But somebody talking about the wiping habits, she got no self-control, and she have to go over there and conflict and talk about it and bring it up. The people saying, I love you, former baby girl Amberlynn Reid. I am your biggest fan. Yeah, 0%. 0% in the chat, nothing. They don't even get nothing at all. But the person talking about this, boom, they get the most attention. You know how that is. Amberlynn Reid likes the conflict. So you know what we're going to do, folks? We see Amberlynn Reid is not hiding out. She's not doing none of this stuff. She playing in all these channels over here, whatever she doing, and she's watching every reactor and every single person on YouTube that talks about her. But Amberlynn Reid, I'll give you a little bit of advice. If you're gonna not be on YouTube for 34 days, you don't show up 2 days later. That doesn't make sense. It's like telling your boss, I'm gonna be off for a week and you show up the next day. It doesn't work. It makes no sense. But Amberlynn Reid, do whatever you want. So you know what we're gonna do, folks. Now we're gonna talk about why former baby girl Amberlynn Reid disappeared, quit, leaving YouTube for 30 days. It's all about what happened with her and her aunt, right? Her aunt, they had a beef up there on YouTube and it went all out. For the people that don't know, that's been hibernating like me for like a million billion days, Amberlynn Reid and her aunt had a beef on YouTube, right? And it got wild. And Amberlynn Reid came on one day and she was on that live stream. She was talking, you know, when somebody talk a lot and they're like, you'll square up, come up here, say what you want. We're gonna argue up in here. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to you. And Amberlynn Reid called out her aunt. And that didn't go too well for her. You know why? Because the aunt held back nothing, folks. It was hard to watch. I was watching former baby girl Amberlynn Reid. She's like, I'm going to get my aunt up in here and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And what happened? Nothing. She did absolutely nothing, folks. She just sat there and said nothing at all, because whatever was being said by that aunt must have been the truth. And Amberlynn Reid was like, well, I have nothing to say here, so let me just sit here. And that's the worst part. You don't call people out. You don't say, show up here at the corner right here at 5 o'clock and we're gonna do this, and then you sit there and say nothing. But that's what happened with Amberlynn Reid. The aunt just dropped everything. She just put it all out there. And it was like the end of 8 Mile with Eminem, when he just said the verse, boom, and the guy had nothing to say, and that was the end, and they was cheering and stuff like that. That's what happened. But if you know anything about our former baby girl Amberlynn Reid, when she get like this, she's gonna come back and she gonna say whatever she has. You know why? Because the other person's not gonna be there. She wants to be able to attack somebody and say things that's mean, right? And not have the other person respond. She was not gonna do this a second or a third time with her aunt, right? So she came on and she did all these YouTube videos and she was talking like, nonsense. Oh yeah, everything's a lie, whatever nonsense it is like that. And if you know our former baby girl Amberlynn Reid, like I said in the past, she have no self-control. And when she the only person live, right, with nobody to respond, she gonna say whatever she wants. And that's where she went wrong. She started saying stuff about her aunt that she have no proof, and you could see she was excited, right? She wanted to stick it to her aunt. She's gonna hurt her aunt. She's gonna say mean things to her, right? So this is what happened. She came on and she said, 5 minutes ago somebody told me this, and she just put it out there, and she didn't know if this was the truth or not. She just put it out there. And you know what happens when you put stuff that you don't know is the truth, or you have any sort of backing of it? You get sued. And think about this carefully. Isn't Amberlynn Reid the same person that comes on here and says reactors can't take what other random people say and put it on the internet because it's slander and defamation and all this nonsense? But former baby girl could get information 5 seconds ago and put it on the internet like it's a fact. And you could see how she was talking about her aunt. She just wanted to stick it. She was being malicious at that point. That look at me, she was like, when you're angry at something, you're just gonna say whatever you can to hurt them. That's what she was doing. I don't think she had no idea what was going on. She had no proof. Somebody told her, whoever it was, oh, this is what I heard, and then she came on here and said it. And that's the sad part, because she doesn't know if it's true. They could make up a story. It could be anybody who said it. It could be family. Who knows who it is? But you have to have proof, and there's no documented proof that any of this is the truth. So that's the sad part about Amberlynn Reid. She came on here, she said it, and now her aunt is probably gonna sue her, because I think they're gonna go to court or something like that. And I don't think Amberlynn Reid's ready for that. I said this in the past. Now, former baby girl Amberlynn Reid, you talk about slander, you talk about lawsuits and all this stuff that you're gonna do, and I'm gonna give you even more advice. You never sat through a lawsuit, and if you think you got problems now and you need peace, lawsuits is not the place. There is 0% peace gonna happen. You're gonna sit through a lawsuit for who knows years. It could be dragged on and on and on forever, right? And the sad part, former baby girl Amberlynn Reid, you would have to come on here and live stream for 7 days in a row. Live stream and post vlogs to even afford to go through this. I don't think you have any conception of what's going on here. And the cost, I'm telling you, just to start out here, you're going to have a retainer for your lawyer, and that's going to be expensive. It's going to be like thousands of dollars, right? And then you're going to go through stages here. You're going to probably have to get somebody going to get a TRO, and they're going to try to take some content down or whatever it is like that, and that's going to be another $4,000 to $5,000. And then you're going to go through, I don't even know, this could drag out until you get to discovery. discovery, and boom, then that's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And every single time that you're going to call your lawyer, text your lawyer, you're going to get charged money, $300, $500, $1,000, whatever it is, to get this all. And this is going to drag on for years and years. And I want you to think about this. This could drag on and it gets settled. This could drag on and nothing happens. And there's one fact here: the bills will just keep coming. They will get stacked up and stacked up. And former baby girl, there will be no months off. There will be no weeks off. There will be pay bills to your lawyer. You'll be here live streaming asking for super chats. Please give me super chats. That's what you're going to do to try to pay the bills. Think about it, former baby girl Amberlynn Reid. You be working 365 days, 47 years straight, and you're going to still probably have bills stacking up. But who cares what's going on, right? Because one thing that's a fact, both sides will be very expensive. And at the end of this, who knows who wins, who knows who loses. But I'm going to tell you one thing. In a lot of lawsuits, it's not about winning. It's not about losing. It's about bothering the other person. And people will drag lawsuits out forever to take the other person broke. They got to go into bankruptcy, and they just give up the case. They like, I got no money, I can't afford it, and that's it. And from what you said about your aunt, I don't know who she is. I don't know if she have a business. I don't know none of her finances, right? But if you came on there and what you said hurts her business, right, or hurts her job or anything like that, that's going to be financial loss. And Amberlynn Reid, you came on, you didn't know anything, you just said what it is, and then you came on the next live stream, and in my opinion, it looked like you chat GPT'd or you Google something to find out about slander, because you came on and said this pretty much, quote, well, I 100% believed everything that I said. I thought it was fact, blah, blah, blah. And we all know how to Google and we all know how to chat GPT. But that doesn't even matter, because if you came on there and you 100% believed it, doesn't make what you said not slander or defamation. It just means that you believed it. Well, that's the end of the video, folks, and I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Later.